Am I the AH for selling my late husband's urn to buy a life-size goose statue and a top hat? I know this is going to sound ridiculous. Even writing it, I feel kind of stupid, lol. My 40 male husband, Dan, passed away 3 years ago. It was sudden. He was 36. We've been together for 11 years. Dan was, without exaggeration, the weirdest person I've ever known. He used to say, if I go first, do something deeply stupid with my ashes. Like, put me in a lava lamp. It was a joke, kind of, but also not. Dan grew up in a conservative family. His parents are strict evangelicals. When he came out at 19, they disowned him for like 5 years. Eventually, they let him back in on probation, basically. They never acknowledged our wedding. They were invited. They referred to me as his roommate. He kept trying, though. I think part of him always hoped they'd change. I stopped hoping a long time ago. I know he loved them a lot, despite everything. When he was disowned, it was like his world was crumbling. When he died, I wanted to scatter his ashes in the lake where we went every summer, but his parents begged me to just let him rest in peace in a proper urn. I let them pick out the urn. It was expensive. It sat on my mantle and was not Dan. He'd at least want a weird clown drawing on it or something. A few weeks ago, I went to this local art fair, and there at a stall was this life-size hand-carved goose, wearing a top hat, standing upright with a tiny wooden tray in one wing and a monocle dangling from its beak. It was so dumb, and I laughed, like actually laughed, for the first time in ages. And then I cried like an idiot, because I could hear Dan in my head going, put me in that. So I bought the stupid goose and sold the urn. The urn, not the ashes. The artist was very sweet, and when I explained to her why I was crying, she said she'd be able to carve out this hole in the middle of the goose so I could place Dan's ashes in them. And then I cried some more, and she basically gave me the goose for free. I named him Lord Honkton. He stands in our living room with a tiny engraved plaque that says, "Here lies Dan." Dan would have loved it, I know. He was such a weird guy. Like he would have dressed him up for the holidays. I've been trying with his family for years. Once a month, his family comes by for coffee. It's super awkward and tense, but they're trying at least. So when his parents visited last weekend and saw the urn was gone, they asked about it. When I told them Dan's ashes were in the goose, they were really upset. His mom even cried. His dad said I mocked his memory and accused me of erasing him. They told me I was unstable and that Dan would have been disappointed. Now I'm questioning myself. Did I dishonor him? Did I go too far? I just wanted to remember him the way he wanted to be remembered. Like with something so ridiculous it couldn't be mistaken for anything but him. So, am I an a-hole? Should I have just bought the goose and leave the urn alone? I was just finally building a relationship with his family.